the math teachers are taking over for the science teachers. Not really. But I wanted to teach you guys about some 3D shapes. Those of you that have not had me for geometry have not heard of this from me yet, and those of you that have, too bad. So we have some 3D shapes. Here's one, Pop-Tart box. A Pop-Tart box is a 3D figure, and a net is a 2D representation of this 3D figure. So if I open this up, this right here is the net of this Pop-Tart box. So you're going to look at these other 3D shapes that are listed, or that are shown in the chart on the left. And you're going to imagine opening up these shapes, unfolding them, and seeing which net would be the representation of that 3D shape. You're going to draw a line to match those figures together. For instance, the cube, if you unfolded that cube, it would match to that net. You're also going to name the polygons, the name of the 3D shapes. If you don't know some 3D figures, you can just Google common 3D figure. You'll also need to be able to find the volume of these shapes. In order to find the volume, you need to understand which shape is which surface is the base, or what's the shape of the base. So here in this cube, the base is a square. In the rectangular prism, the base is a rectangle. Now this figure comes up to 1 point. That makes it a pyramid. Same with the one below. So those are pyramids. And you have to look at the base again. The base, the bottom shape, is either a square or a rectangle. In this pyramid, the base is a triangle. Now the two with circles are a little bit different. So this is a cylinder and the base is a circle. And then a cone has a base of a circle as well, but the difference is the cone acts like a pyramid. It comes up to 1 point. You'll need to know the area formulas for all these different bases. So the area of a square is length times width, or base times height. The area of a rectangle is length times width, or base times height. Same thing here. Area of a triangle is half of a rectangle, so therefore it's half of a base times height, or base times height divided by 2. Area of a circle is pi, which is 3.14 approximately, times the radius squared. Be careful of PEMDAS. You want to do the radius squared first and then multiply by pi. And same thing here. Now the reason why you need all those area formulas is because the volume of these figures, of anything that does not come to a point, is capital BH. So the volume of a prism which does not come to a point, it's not a pyramid, does not come to a point, is capital BH. The capital B means area of the base. So you might need to use BH. You might need to use 1/2 BH. You might have to use pi r squared. I don't know what happened here. Okay, so the area of the base goes in for the capital B, and then you multiply that by the overall height of the object. And I'll do one for you guys, so if you're a little bit lost, that's okay for now. Volume of a pyramid. It's basically the same thing. It comes to a point. So we use the formula 1/3 area of the base, that's what capital B means, area of the base, times the overall height of the object. My geometry students should be pretty good at this, but I bet some of you will catch on quickly. So those that are in the class that took geometry already should be able to help with this. Okay, on the left I have our volume formulas in purple. On the right I have our area formulas in blue. So we are going to be finding the volume of these different shapes. So in number 3, before I even start, is this a pyramid or a prism? Well, it comes up to 1 point. So I know that that's going to be a pyramid. So my formula that I'm starting with is V equals 1/3 area of the base. Remember, the capital B means area of the base times the height. So first I need to know what shape the base is. So when I'm looking at this bottom piece, I see that that is a rectangle. So since it's a rectangle, then I'm going to change this formula. The area of the rectangle is base times height. That means that when I look at that purple shape, I'm multiplying the base times the height of the rectangle. This is just referring to the 2D shape. Don't look at anything that makes it off of that piece of paper going up. Okay, so it's just this bottom shape. It's a 3 by 3. It has 1/3 in front of it. And then the height is from the base all the way to the top of the pyramid. So from the base to the top of the pyramid is this 5. Okay, and 1/3 of 3 is 1, times 3 is 3, times 5 is 15. And then volume is yards cubed. The reason why it's yards cubed is because technically we multiplied yards times yards times yards. Many of you have learned about exponents already. X times x is x cubed. And yards times yards times yards, another way to write that would be yards cubed, yards to the 3rd power. Okay, number 4, we need to see if it comes to a point or does not come to a point. It actually comes down to 1 point, so that makes it a pyramid. So I'm going to use the same formula, 1/3 area of the base times the height. Now the base is a circle, so I need to find the area of that circle. So I'm going to use the area of the circle formula, which is pi r squared. So it's going to be 1/3 times pi times radius squared. Well, the whole diameter, the full length is the diameter, is 2. The radius is half of the diameter, so the radius is 1 squared, which means 1 times 1, so that's 1, times the overall height from the base to the top of the pyramid, or in this case the bottom since it's upside down, is 3. What did this other thing say? 1. Okay. 1/3 times pi times 1 times 3 gets us about 3, that's an about symbol because I'm rounding, about 3.14. And its volume again, so it's kilometers cubed. And number 5, it does not come to a point, so it's just the formula area of the base times the height. The base is a circle with a diameter of 4, which means the radius is 2. So I'm changing this into the area of the circle formula, which is pi times radius squared. Well, we said the radius is 2. 2 squared means 2 times 2, so that's 4, times the height from the base to the top, to the other side of the prism, is 3. So pi times 4 times 3, so if we use pi as 3.14 times 4 times 3, we get that it's 37.68 inches We did inches times inches in there, so it's inches cubed. All volume is going to be to the third power cubed. Okay, and number 6. This is a rectangular prism. It does not come to one point, so therefore we're going to use the formula capital BH. To find the volume of this figure, we look at the base. It's a rectangle, so we do base times height, which is 2 times 2, times the overall height. So from one base to the other base is 2. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8 meters cubed.